Assalamu alaikum all. So today I am going to be talking about creating a budget for Muslims. Now, budgeting has been one of the best things that I have done, and probably more recently rather than something that I'd done like sort of ages ago. The way I'm doing it, I'm just trying to keep it really simple. I originally thought budgets weren't that important and, I could just sort of manage money just by looking at my accounts and stuff like that. But I was totally wrong about that. And also I've tried a lot of budgeting apps before as well, which kind of put me off from budgeting and, trying to connect them up to our bank accounts and all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, it just all kind of got really confusing. And then I've been sort of following Dave Ramsey recently a lot and, reading his books and stuff like that. So he talks about budgeting and he talks about the system called zero-based budgeting, which I really love. And I am going to go into that in today's Simple Muslim Money. So, hello friends, welcome to Simple Muslim Money, which is all about simple halal investing and personal finance for Muslims. Just a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Everything I say here is for information and entertainment purposes. Now, a budget is something that can be really eye-opening. It kind of shows you where all your money is going, what your sort of priorities are. It's like a good reality check and can actually kind of like really give you a bit of a jolt, a bit of a kind of wake-up call. Oh, that's where my money is going. And yeah, it's a really good way to kind of look at your money and something that I think is vital now. I wish I had done it properly earlier, but hey, you live and you learn. Now, one thing I definitely want to say, and this is the biggest thing I would say, is just keep it simple. I've used these apps and stuff that I talked about before, and they just got too complicated. I tried to connect up all my different accounts and stuff like that. I thought it'd all be kind of automated. I just could not stick to it. I just sort of gave up on it. So don't feel bad if if there's some fancy app out there that you want to use. Some of these apps, I just haven't found them flexible enough, or I didn't understand what was going on. So yeah, definitely believe that it should be simple. Another thing is the budget does not need to be perfect. You don't need to know exactly where every penny is going. If you can figure out where 80% of your money is going, that is amazing. That you're probably ahead of a lot of people. And and it's something that as I kept doing it month by month, I got better and better at it. I got more comfortable at doing it. There's bits of money that I don't know where it's going. And the main thing is don't focus on the little things here, but focus on the big amounts of money. Don't focus on the little pennies here and there, but where are your main amounts of money going? And that's what kind of really helped me. And budgeting is also a habit, so building that budget habit is really helpful. So it's something I've been doing for a good few months now. I probably started towards the end of last year. I feel like I'm kind of getting into a really good position now, and just keep building up that budget. And another thing I would say is, no shame, no blame. Don't worry about the past. Just focus on now. Where are you now? What's going on? That's kind of really helped me. So I just kind of focus on my money now. I'm not looking through really old bank statements and stuff like that. I think that kind of just puts me off. Just kind of have a look at money, where you think that money can go, and then, keep tracking your spending and then adjust as you go along. And, what I like to do is not use complicated software. I just kind of use a spreadsheet, and this has been amazing for me. As I said earlier, I've tried loads of apps, but the spreadsheet has just been the best. I've just kind of understood what's going on. There isn't all these little buttons and things that I have to, click. I can control it. I can keep it simple. I could tweak it as much as I want. I could add colors, things like that. I can make it a little fun as well. Don't feel free. Just need to be some standard looking spreadsheet. You can add some colors, add little things here and there, just personalize it. I definitely find that really good. Another really important thing in my last video I was talking about is don't use credit cards because, they can really get you into debt. But in this case, for budgeting, I say don't use credit cards because they can confuse things like dramatically. I tried to use an app before, a budgeting app. I think it was You Need the Budget, and I was trying to get my credit card synced up and finding out where the money was going and stuff like that. And yeah, it was just taking me a long time. I couldn't really understand it. So that's why using a debit card is just much better. Your money is gone. That's it. You spend it, it's gone. You'd have to wait for a statement, and then your money's coming in and going and this sort of stuff. I really wish I knew this earlier. Like, credit cards just make things so much more complicated. And I believe a lot of that is done intentionally. So you have no idea what's going on with your money. So that's definitely kind of been a big game changer for me. So the way to start a budget is just to write down your expenses. So at the start of the month. So at the start of the month, just pull up a spreadsheet, just put down your expenses, like your mortgage, your rent, your energy, your internet bill, things like that. Just write down in the list. Doesn't have to be too complicated. And then what I do is I have one column where I say how much I expect to spend, and then another column how much am I actually spending. Now, what I would recommend is, if possible, to try and use a bank that automatically categorizes your money for the month. So in the UK, there's some really good banks out there like Monzo and Starling. They have really good apps. At the end of the month, you could, or even during the month, you can see how much you're spending in different categories. It automatically categorizes your money. So you have things like, you know, groceries, you have your mortgage, you have things like entertainment, you have like transport. It just categorizes for you automatically, and you can see where your money is going, and that kind of really helps in terms of sort of planning things down and putting it into your spreadsheet. You might have to tweak it a little bit. Like, I don't like having mortgage, energy, internet all just put into one sort of category. I do like to split it out a little bit more, and so just so I have a bit more of an idea. So you definitely kind of tweak it and see how it goes. But like I said, it doesn't have to be sort of perfect, but using these sort of apps has been a really good sort of game changer for me. Another thing I was talking about earlier was zero-based budgeting. So what this means is all your money for the month is like allocated. So what you do is kind of look at how much money you've got coming in from your job or wherever it is, your business or what have you. And then that money you just automatically allocate it to everything. So you allocate it to your rent, mortgage, your internet bill, your energy, your grocery shopping. So I budget about, say, 120, 130 a month. So for our family, so, you know, I just put in about sort of £600 a month. I think probably £600 a month we found. We end up spending a lot of money on groceries. So, you know, I just automatically have that allocated, and then I kind of track it throughout the month. And then I have money allocated to my savings. So automatically that money kind of just goes out. And this kind of brings me to my next point, which is pay yourself first. So move money at the start of the month to savings/investments. Don't wait till the end of the month and just say, oh, I'm just going to save what I have left. It's kind of being more intentional with your money. So at the start of the money, I have about 20% of my money going into either savings or investments or things like that. So that's what I kind of like do. Just at the start of money, it's just gone straight away. It's just gone. And then whatever I have remaining left, that's what I need to use for expenses and, you know, groceries and what have you. So that's really good way to kind of do things offhand for myself. And then what I do is, like, every week throughout the week, or you don't have to do it every week, maybe every 2 weeks, kind of keep track of my spending and see where the money's going. And I kind of like check it throughout the week anyway, just using the apps. So that these banks like Monzo and Starling, they've got really good apps for your phone, so you can quickly see where you're going. Just like every week, I just kind of just put money in and just kind of see where I'm going and am I going over in certain categories. And it's a really easy way to kind of do it. It does take a little bit of kind of building up that habit at first if you're not used to it. But what I would say, just get started. You know, it will take a while to get used to it, and just keep going. Don't worry about being perfect. If you just kind of know where your main amounts of money is going, that's still gonna set you up really well and get you going in the whole kind of budgeting. Now, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, as it really helps with the algorithm. Assalamu alaikum.